So that Kansas City game was definitely a wild, wild ride. So what went wrong? What went right? What did we learn from that Kansas City? And were some of these things that happened, mainly 3rd and 15, was that preventable? Well, let's look at the film and let's talk about it. Real quick before I get into this video, I want to make sure I give a shout out to the Dog Check tier Patreon members. And as always, I start with Michael Matique, Rob Farron, Kyle Stouffer, Lukey from Munich, David Roth, J Guy 101, Musty Taco, Sean McGrinty, Joe Bobby, Keith Gerkak, Brad Calbo, Daylon W, Bodie Cook, James McGinty, Arenda Hall, Rex Kaufman, Chad Gimme, David Molinado, Andrew Sadejo, Dylan Hill, Josh Mendor, Joseph Stevens, Eric Green, Jaleel Salim Jr., Martha Krusna, Mark M, TJ Showman, Stuart Moore, Bobo Regretti, Anthony O, David Arndt, Robert Jermaine Jr., Dave Mike May, John Cummings, Andrew Hirsch, SSJ Swift, Seth Miller, Mandela Moore, the only Browns fan in Wisconsin, Curtis Bayer, Batman, Rush Sharir, Barack Kumar, John Alver, Beerman 069, Masayua, Buds of Roland, James Nemo, Mac House, Reeve Hertz, Justin Cole, Philip Wilcoxon, Marie Vivert, CK, Keith Anderson, Sean Barron, Gagos Pisano, Corporal Nick Lopez, Dom Guzzulo, Nick Nasty, Ian Whitaker, Colin 216, Anthony Latham, Christian, Matt Bond, Dave Strong, Michael Stone, Soul Train, Charles Work, Billy, Michael Hodenack, Jarrett Austin, Moose Gentry, Patrick F. Austin Z, Mark Burnett II, Andre Griffin, Otis Swift, IT Rex, Greg Ehlers, Austin Bolin, Jesus Serrano, Chris Fones, Picktown Brown Backers, Mark Kahn, Max Out Dojo, and Water Bear Marketing. Again, guys, thank you so much for your support on the patreon.com platform. It means a ton to me, and it is so helpful for this channel, this growth, the production values, everything that goes into this channel, including these film reviews that you see on Wednesday. But without further ado, let me get to the Batcave and break down this film. Oh boy, well, I'm down there in the Batcave. We're here to look at this film. A lot of interesting things from this Browns game that are pretty instructive on why the Browns lost. And again, my opinion on this game is that it's not like the Browns played especially bad or the Chiefs played especially well. It's just there was a battle when it comes to coaching. There was a battle on the line of scrimmage, and the Browns lost some of those battles that they should have won or would have won if they were fully healthy on the offensive line. So a lot of things go into it. A lot of circumstance goes into it. But let's look at some of the film. And one of the things I thought was key, right, was with Patrick Mahomes, you have to get pressure on him with 1, 2, 3, 4, right? If you get pressure on him with that, you have a chance. But if you don't, you're going to struggle. The Browns did not get pressure consistently, so they struggled defensively in some areas, right? And we're going to look at this play here, and this is why pressuring Patrick Mahomes is key, right? You get pressure on this play, and you can see how much it affects this Chiefs offense. See here, ball snap, and you can see the pocket starting to collapse, close in on him. That forces the ball out faster than he wants to, which makes him kind of pop throw this to Le'Veon Bell. Bad angle. Taki is beat there, but the bad throw bails him out. Pressure is key. You have to get pressure on Patrick Mahomes with your front four. Same ideal here, right? Miles collapses the pocket here. Miles actually had a decent day. I know a lot of people are saying Miles didn't play well. He actually had a decent day. It's just, again, not a lot of help. But he collapses the pocket, gets an arm on Patrick Mahomes. This is that big drive there to force the Chiefs to kick a field goal, which they would miss after the Baker Mayfield interception. And boom, incompletion. Would have been a completion. They were targeting Taki almost all game. Would have been a completion. But pressure outdoes good wide receiver routes or whatever you want to call it. Now, on the offensive side of the ball, this is where you kind of felt like the Browns were in trouble because the offensive line wasn't dominating like they're used to dominating. And a lot of what happened with the running game in the second half was just pure willpower from Nick Chubb. And that's going to be great for a couple of runs here and there. But that's something that the Chiefs can easily, defend against. If the offensive line was moving at full strength, it would be a different story. But look at this run, and look how much is on Nick Chubb to make this run happen, right? He gets a shotgun run. How is he not tackled? And this is, if you're the Chiefs, you have to wonder, how did he not? 1, 2, 3 heads free. Nick Chubb's here. He should be tackled by the Chiefs here, but look at this. He finds a way. Forces out of it, and then gets a bunch of yards. Now, credit to Nick Chubb, but the offensive line not getting that push, that's problematic, right? That's where the problems are. That's why they didn't run the ball a lot, right? Because it just wasn't there all the time. That should be down in most plays. That was a stop for the Chiefs, but Nick Chubb just powered through on that one. Another positive note I think you found from the offense is every time I think Baker Mayfield's ceiling is discovered, he raises it. In this game, look, one thing to pay attention to. He's going to have to throw to a wide receiver going this way. Look at that flag. Wind's going massively the opposite direction. But look how on target with the anticipation this throw is. This is stuff you love to see going forward, right? With the man in his face, steps up, throws that ball. Perfect. Can't ask more from your quarterback there. Baker Mayfield didn't just do that one play. This play was another example of it, right? Well, I think this is a play action. They're going to put Jarvis in motion. Yeah, this is probably a play action. They put Jarvis in motion. Yep, play action. Baker at the top of his drop sees Jarvis is going to be open, and he throws it there. Perfect angle, perfect pocket there, and perfect window for that throw there. I know some people are like, oh, well, Donovan Peoples-Jones was open. No, he really wasn't because that's a crash down. That's a stop. But why even worry about Donovan Peoples-Jones when your body's already facing this way and Jarvis Landry is open? Just hit the window. And when you're good like Baker Mayfield, you can hit the tight windows. And that's what he does here with ease. And again, you're going to see from the end zone camera how good of a throw this was. Baker on the play action. This is a play they run all the time. This is one of their bread and butter plays. Boom. That's great quarterback play. Now, I'm going to show you on this one. This is how you have to cover the Chiefs, right? The pressure has to force a bad pass. That's how it works against the Chiefs, right? They have all these guys on the line of scrimmage. You get some push with your defensive line, my bad. That forces Patrick Mahomes up. Once he's up, Porter Gustin forces him out, and then a bad throw behind, what was that, Travis Kelce? That's what you have to do with the Chiefs. You have to pressure them into a bad decision. You cannot blitz them. I know a lot of people were saying after the game, blitz Patrick Mahomes, blitz this Chiefs offense. That is a death sentence. Literally go back at every game the Chiefs have played with this offense they have now. So the last 2 years, nobody has successfully blitzed this offense and had a good day against them. Nobody. That's just not how you play the Chiefs. Anybody telling you that's how you should play the Chiefs, they're wrong. It's never worked. Show me the film in which mass blitzing worked. Go back and look at the Tampa Bay game where Tampa Bay decided they were going to be the team to blitz the Chiefs. It didn't work. Go back and look at the Buffalo game, the Baltimore game where Baltimore thought they were going to blitz the Chiefs, and it didn't work. You do not blitz the Chiefs. That is not what you do. Here's what happens if you blitz the Chiefs, right? See the Browns got all these guys on the line of scrimmage. They're listening to Twitter. They're going to blitz the offense. They're going to blitz the offensive line. They're going to blitz the Chiefs. They're going to try to pressure Patrick Mahomes. What's that going to do? All right, so you get there. You get the little pressure there. But look how open everything else is down the field. And Patrick can hit these, right? You're going to have Breeland be open down here. And look at this disaster at the top of the screen. This is a disaster. This is Tyreek Hill. Oh, that doesn't look anything like Tyreek Hill. That's Tyreek Hill on Terrence Mitchell one-on-one, and the safety is way over here. You know what that is? That's a touchdown if Patrick Mahomes is looking that way because there's separation. It's only going to grow if he airs that out to that 50-yard line. That's a touchdown for Tyreek Hill, or at least a 20, 30-yard gain there. All because you blitzed. It does nothing against the Chiefs. It does not help you against the Chiefs. You need your DBs to be out there in coverage, not blitzing against the Chiefs. Because look at the top. You got Kevin Johnson. Oh, my God. Kevin Johnson on Tyreek Hill. Yeah. He's going to get burnt every time. That's not Kevin Johnson's fault. That's just physics. You got Ronnie Harrison on the outside here trying to guard, be a DB. He's not a DB. You got what's that, MJ Stewart? So your three corners out there, your three people in coverage because you're blitzing. You got all these linebackers out here to blitz. Are MJ Stewart, Ronnie Harrison, and Kevin Johnson against the Chiefs. This is why you don't blitz. They got lucky with this one. This little 20-yard gain they got, this is lucky they only gave up 20 yards. Tyreek Hill was wide open. Do not blitz the Chiefs. All right, now back to some good stuff. Baker, I think the biggest part of his growth this year has been his pocket habits. You look here, you see that free runner. Normally, Baker would be rolling out here if this were 2019 or panicking, looking around, patting that ball. But he just stays calm, knows the offense, and throws a beautiful ball to Rashard Higgins and gets the ball downfield. Man, Baker Mayfield's development this year, it makes me really excited to see what he can do next year. It really does, because some of this stuff, it's not just positive. It's positive in a way that's like you can build on top of this. This isn't volatile. This is stuff that can happen next year and be even better at. So that I'm really excited about this. And some of the just stuff that Baker does with the tight window throws. I mean, we're going to see here 4th and 2. Absolutely huge catch and throw at this point in the game, right? He gets down here, drifting almost like he's throwing a screen pass. All that traffic, gets that ball, Austin Hooper. Austin Hooper makes a great catch. Baker puts the ball right in the right place. That's good stuff there. That's great pocket quarterback play. That's great pocket quarterback play. And that's why Andy Reid didn't want to get the ball to Baker Mayfield in this game. Now, we saw earlier how the shotgun run was a little bit of an adjustment for the Browns and how that helped them open up the run game, or at least allow Nick Chubb to open up the run game. Well, one of the reasons the Browns didn't run the ball a lot in the second half was because, well, the Chiefs made their adjustment. And, it stopped this run from out the gun, right? They make the adjustment. They start reading it better. They slide their linebackers out there on the edge, and they make this play. And it wasn't just this play. It was consistent. Chris Jones was a force in this game, right? And you're going to see here. Again, they make the adjustments. They get a hand early. Nothing was there with the run game. And here, this is the one that hurts, right? This is the 3rd and long that's right before that 4th down where they had the punt. This play could have changed the entire game. But unfortunately, Chris Jones, he goes beast mode here. He does not allow this game to change. He does what he has to do. Does what we wanted Miles to do at some points in this game. And Miles, to his credit, did do it on 3rd down. But he just blows this play up, right, on Wyatt Teller. Wyatt's a great run blocker. He's growing as a pass blocker. Chris Jones, one of the best pass rushers from the inside in football, blows this play up. And I want you guys to see what's going to be open here, right? Watch Rashard Higgins. Rashard Higgins is right here. He's going to be running in the seam. And it's going to be open, but they blow it up before Baker can have time to release that ball, right? He's waiting for Rashard to get open. He has that window. He always hits Rashard in this window. It's a tough one, but it's a window that he hits Rashard in consistently. You see Rashard's ready for it. Baker's about to pump and throw it. Last minute, sees Chris Jones, has to throw it in the flat. Doesn't get anything there, Wasn't our day. Just wasn't the Browns' day. Again, it's there, but Chris Jones just ends all those plans. Hats off to him. That's a tough matchup to win. That's a tough one. All right, now let's get to this 3rd and 14 play, right? This is the one Twitter's been talking about for a long time here. Now, I'm going to tell you what exactly happened on this play and why there is no defense that the Browns would have called that would have prevented this from happening. This is all going to be on the line of scrimmage. This is all on the defensive line. Now, one of the things you can't say is that the way the Browns defensive line coaching is, and this is not Joe Woods, this is the defensive line coach, it's more freestyle, right? It's do what you want to get through and get pressure and get to the quarterback. And that sounds lovely on paper. But one of the reasons why a Greg Williams or other veteran defensive coaches, and I'm not saying this is right versus wrong, this is just different lines of thinking. One of the reasons why you would hear, hey, Myles Garrett could only use 2 pass rush moves in Greg Williams' system. From a practical standpoint, just so you can have more cohesion on what the defensive line is going to be doing, because sometimes if everybody's doing their own thing to get open, it can open up lanes that are unintended on four-man rushes especially. Now, again, this is just a philosophy. I'm not saying one's right, the other one's wrong, but this is where that can bite you in the butt. Because this play, it's all on the defensive line. It's not on Joe Woods. It's not on the call. It's just the defensive line got beat by the offensive line. That was the story of the game. And it ended up being what bit the Browns in the butt here. As you see, Chiefs are going to go 5 wide. They're going to spread it out. It's basically 4 verticals, but it's like 15-yard curls that these guys are running. It's basically run past the first down marker and get open. That's what the Chiefs are running. And watch the defensive line. This is what happens here, right? Miles is going to start off. He's going to go with the bull rush. Good move. Now, since this is more freestyle, right? Miles goes with the bull. But Adrian Claiborne, he's doing what he can to get open. Well, to not get open, but to get to the quarterback. So he tries to, go under, tuck, doesn't try to do the Miles thing where he goes under, tuck, bend, and then kind of get to the quarterback that way because he knows this is going to be a long pass set for Chad Henne, and Chad Henne's not necessarily a great runner. But, boy, does Eric Fisher see that out. Gives him the chicken wing. You see a chicken wing right there? Watch his back shoulder, right? He gives him the chicken wing. And once he gives Adrian Claiborne that chicken wing, Eric Fisher is in complete control of where Adrian Claiborne's body goes. He takes him all the way off the frame. Miles' bull rush at the same time that Eric Fisher takes him out the way. Miles' bull rush forces Chad Henne out the pocket. This is not Miles' fault. It's just a consequence of the freestyle defensive line style. And again, you can have great success. Browns have had great success with this in the earlier parts of the year, but sometimes it can do this to you, right? Claiborne gets beat at the wrong time. Miles beats his man at the wrong time. He beats him fast enough to be close enough to force the pressure, but not fast enough to be there to track him down. This leaves the Browns in a terrible position, right? Because now that lane's wide open. Larry Ogunjobi is not fast enough to take that angle. And now these DBs are put in a terrible situation. What are you going to do? Are you going to crash up and leave this wide receiver wide open, knowing that Chad Henne's not a runner? No, you're probably going to stay back and try to defend against the pass still. And you're thinking, hey, you're 4 yards up. No way he comes up that close. And Chad Henne, he had that adrenaline in him, running a little bit faster than that 4.8, right? Gets down there, and look at that. 11 gets a nice little hand block. It's a hold, but that's a good one. Away from the refs. If Jarvis did this, I would say it's a good play by Jarvis, so I can't hate on him for this. Gets a little bit of a hold there on MJ Stewart. MJ still comes up and makes the play, right? Or at least stops his momentum and touches him down so they could be short. But yeah, that's what happens, man. It's unfortunate, but the offensive line just won that rep. That's just what happens when the offensive line wins a rep. That's why it's dangerous. Again, you're going to see it from this angle. Offensive line just wins this rep. Miles is the only one who beats his guy. If Miles gets chipped, that slows him down a little bit. See how that chip slows him down just a little bit on the right side? The chip gets him off balance just a little bit, and it sinks up this pressure. And this can't be designed. This is just winning your battles, right? And look how Eric Fisher wins this battle. I want you guys to keep your eye on this. Eric Fisher gets that wing. And the second he tries to go underneath, Adrian Claiborne's trapped. He can't do nothing but go where Eric Fisher wants him. Eric Fisher takes him all the way out the frame. Not even into play anymore. Offensive line just won this one. All right. Larry Ogunjobi can't get off in time. MJ Stewart can't get off in time. Yeah, I give credit to the Chiefs. They won that rep. And that's what happened in Kansas City. Long story short, Chiefs won their reps more than the Browns did. And that's how you lose a football game. Nobody needs to be blamed or fired. Just is what it is. But that's my thoughts on this game. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. But again, guys, thank you for watching. Have a great day. Have a good night.